All right, so let's talk about why confidence must come before consistency. If you're struggling to stay consistent, if you start strong but burn out, if you disappear for weeks or months at a time, you're not lacking discipline, you're lacking confidence. Consistency doesn't create confidence. Confidence creates consistency. Let me show you why. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Sherman Rivers, and today we're digging into something creators get completely backward. You don't build confidence by being consistent. You become consistent by being confident. Creators struggle with consistency because they're trying to force behavior on top of an unstable emotional foundation. Let's break this down. First thing we have to understand is that consistency is a byproduct of emotional stability. Consistency comes naturally when you feel grounded, when you feel clear, when you feel safe, capable, when you're aligned, expressed, confident. But when you feel insecure, you feel anxious, self-doubting, perfectionistic, outcome attached, afraid of judgment, your system will not let you be consistent. It will protect you by resisting visibility. Consistency is easy when you feel safe, but consistency collapses when you don't. Confidence is the internal fuel that makes consistency possible. Confidence gives you belief in your ability. It gives you trust in your voice. It gives you resilience during uncertainty. Confidence gives you emotional safety. It reduces the fear of failure. It reduces the fear of judgment. It gives you freedom to express without pressure. And these states make consistency automatic. You show up because you want to, not because you're forcing yourself to. Confidence turns consistency from struggle into a rhythm. Let's take a look at why creators burn out when they start with consistency. If a creator tries to be consistent before they build confidence, they experience things like emotional fatigue. They get mentally exhausted. They have dread. They go through things like avoidance and inconsistency and burnout and inner resistance. But why is this? It's because they're using discipline to fight against their own nervous system. You can't sustain behavior that your identity doesn't support. You see, confidence makes you consistent because it reduces the internal resistance. Here's the deeper truth. People aren't inconsistent because they're lazy. They're inconsistent because they're resisting something. Confidence removes resistance. Hey, quick break, quick message. If you are stuck forcing output or constantly trying to control your creative process, this is for you. Creator Metaphysics is a free weekly newsletter exploring why creators struggle and how clarity replaces force. Join free at creatormetaphysics.com or scan the QR code you see on your screen. There's also a link down in the description. You're not afraid of being seen. You're not afraid of being misunderstood. You're not afraid of making mistakes. You're not afraid of not being good enough. You're not afraid of the outcome. When fear drops, expression becomes automatic. You show up consistently because nothing is blocking you. See, one of the main things that confidence does is it aligns identity, which creates momentum. When confidence is in place, you feel like this is who I am. This is what I do. I belong here. My presence matters. My voice is valid. Identity alignment creates momentum. Momentum creates consistency. Consistency is what happens when expression is in harmony with identity. So how do we build confidence? We have to approach it by creating small, low-stake expressions. Reduce dependence on the outcomes. Practice identity-led creation. Ground your nervous system. And celebrate presence, not performance. Confidence grows when you honor the being, not the numbers. Confidence is the foundation. Consistency is the structure built on top of it. These are some of the things we talk about in the First Shift workbook. There's a link to it down in the description. And I created that workbook specifically to help creators overcome creative blocks such as these. So think about this. Consistency isn't a discipline issue. It's a confidence issue. When confidence comes first, consistency becomes natural, sustainable, and almost effortless. Next up in this micro series, we're going to talk about how to rebuild confidence after failure or inconsistency.